Within Office 365, we also have Microsoft Forms, and this is where we can gather and collect data from questionnaires, or we can also use it to create quizzes to be able to assess our learners. So going into Hub and opening Office 365 again, we have then at the top, we've got the app launcher where we can go over and select the Microsoft Forms. So once we've selected Forms, we then have the option of a new quiz or a new form. So we'll start off with the form. And what this means is that we're going to create a questionnaire that's going to gather data for us and collate information for something that we want to gather data and research on. So we've got the option then to change what our style looks like. So this is the introduction to it. We can change the style and what our form looks like to make it more visually pleasing for the person who's completing it. We also then have over here with our three dots again, we've got our settings. So if we select the settings, we'll be able to see what we can have. So if we want to have this that only people in Hub can respond, we can have that option. If this is something that you're sending out to anybody to respond, we can click anyone, and then it means that anybody who has the link to the Microsoft form will be able to answer. Now, what we need to do is when we're using Microsoft Forms with younger learners, what we will need to do is to make sure that the answers that people can give will be closed answers rather than having the ability for them to be able to write anything they want. Or before it's sent out, you'll be able to filter out any of the answers that are given just to check that everything that's been sent is okay. So we've got the options for responses, that we're accepting them, that we can have a start date or an end date for when we want this information to be collected on. And then we can select allow the recipient to respond after the submissions. So if we want them to be able to change what they've done, we can go down and we can change those in the settings as well. Now, when we create our form, we can create an example form. We can tell everybody what this is about. And then we're going to think about the questions that we want to ask. So we're going to click the add new. We can have multiple choice, and that's where we're going to be able to give them the different answers that we want them to be able to select from. And then we're going to be able to see all of that data coming in at the end. It could also be that we want to give them the ability to write their answer. And again, that means that they can write anything that they want in that answer. And what you'll see also is that we've got the ability for them to write a longer answer. And we also, for some of the questions, will be able to make those required. So these are some questions that they can't miss out and that they have to answer before it will accept them closing the question or before them closing the quiz. We can give ratings, so it could be that we've had different things go on in school and we want to find things out about that. And you've got the ratings option. And then we've also got different things where they can select rankings and change those based on what they want to find out. Now, the other option that we have in Microsoft Forms is that we can create a quiz. And what this will do is, again, we have the same options with the style and the settings. But for this one, where we then put a choice in, we're also able to add in the choice. We've got our questions, but we're also able to add in answers. So if we go to the text, we can add our answers, and then what will happen is at the end of somebody submitting that quiz, it will give them a score on what they've done as well. So if I've got lots of questions that I've added, I can organize it into different sections. So by adding a section, I can have all of my work that is based on one topic, maybe at the end of a half term. I can then have my second section based on a different topic, and it just allows you to make that form a little bit easier for people to add in. So rather than being overwhelmed with 20 questions, you can bank it into different groups of 5 or 10 questions just to help it be more appealing to those people filling it in. Now, we've also got the ability up here within our options to go into a multilingual option. So when you're creating a Microsoft form, we can go to multilingual, and we're able to add additional languages. So if you've got some people whose language is first language Welsh, we have that, and we can add that additional language, and then when people are going through it, they will have the ability to go through it within Welsh. Now, once people have added in all their questions, you can then click on the responses once you've shared the link with everybody, and you'll be able to share and collect all the responses to your Microsoft form. So from here, I can click the collect responses. I can have it that anyone can respond, and then I can copy and share the link to parents, to the pupils in the class if I'm sharing this through my Microsoft Teams. And what that means is that I'm going to get all of the information coming together in one place. Now, if you want, you can also share that as a QR code, and it could be at the end of a school play. This is a part of the program, and you can get feedback on the play that was given. And you can just add that to the leaflet that's handed out to all the parents. So again, we're going to go back, have a look at our responses, and then we're going to look to be able to export that into a spreadsheet and be able to analyze the data that's all come through in one place. Good luck.